Good morning. It's your boy Butler, man. It's the best day of my life. Tomorrow's not promised, man. Go on, do your little dance while they still playing your song. This one right here, man. I just got off the phone with both of my sisters this morning. Mind you, I got 4, maybe 5 sisters. But I just talked to my oldest sister, Eleanoria, and I just talked to Jamil friend, aka Graham, aka Gamma friend. And man, salute the black woman, man. The black woman is strong. She is everything. But they both just put me in a place this morning where I just was not expecting it. Last night, when I got home, I cut off all my phones, I cut off the TV, I cut off all the lights, man, and I just had some individual time. But when I was talking to my sister, Jamil, she just reminded me of something. And so, without going too deep off into that, I'm going to tell a story about when my stepdad, I don't even know what the title is yet, but it's therapeutic for me, so I'm going to tell the story. So, there was a time where my mom was married to this guy, and I'm going to say his name. His name is Bob Sampson. I don't know where he at. I don't even know if he's alive right now. His name is Bob Sampson. So he married my mama. They had a wedding. And he was a New York dude. Like, he spoke Spanish. He was a get money nigga. He used to sell cars or whatnot. And me and him was pretty cool, man. He was like kind of open-minded to certain things. He wouldn't give me marijuana, but when I used to purchase marijuana and I wanted to smoke it and my mama was like bickering, he would allow me to sit in his car. We stayed on Martin Road in Stone Mountain. He used to let me sit in his car and smoke weed when I was like a teenager. And I just remember listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony like over and over again, sitting in his Saturn or whatever kind of car he had, just smoking joints, bro, and just vibing by myself, bro. And then it's important that I mentioned the fact that I was a virgin at the time. That is relevant because at some point in time, I had a younger cousin. His name is Kiwi Cody. Also known as Cody, also known as a whole bunch of things. But so he and I were talking one day, and he was just like, man, I'm gonna tell you something. Mind you, he younger than me. He said, man, I'm gonna tell you something, and I don't need you to repeat it. I'm like, what's going on? He was just like, hey man, Bob took me to go have sex with a prostitute. So, although Kiwi Cody was younger than me, at the time, he was a little smarter than me. I was the big one, but I was kind of naive to a whole bunch of stuff, man. So when I was like, bro, man, get the fuck out of here, man. I said, in my mind, I was like, he would have took me, because we cool. He be letting me smoke weed in his car. He was like, listen, man. He was like, he took me down to, it wasn't Metropolitan. He took me down to Stewart Avenue. He got a prostitute, bro. He say that, mind you, Cody about 15, 16 years old at the time. He say, man, Bob got me a prostitute and watched me have sex with her in the front seat. So when he telling the story, I'm like, no. But as he is continuing to tell the story, when he telling me that Bob is cheering him on while he having sex with the prostitute, it's starting to make sense. And then I start to cross-examine Cody. I'm just like, bro, so what about set up? When did y'all go? How was this set up? Why did he take me? That's what I'm asking. Why did he take me? He was like, Bob do this on the regular. He knew, or he thought, that you was gonna tell your mama. I was like, well, he was right. Because I'm sure finna tell her. And it's not funny. This is not a funny situation because when I think about the legality of everything, mind you that in Atlanta, man, you know, Stewart Avenue was that place. Well, prostitution was, hey, it was what it was. So, Kevin Coder, when I think about how old he was, man, is that a form of molestation? And how was he affected by that? Cuz probably like a sexual deviant at this point, but maybe he was already a sexual deviant. I only say that because, bro, he clearly lost his virginity before I did. I was 17, and I was doing more. I had lied about more vagina than I had actually had. So I think about that aspect of it. But truth be told, bro, I went and told my mom. I mean, I don't know what you want me to do. This my mama, and then I see you being obedient and loyal to this dude. What I supposed to do? I supposed to just sit here like, man, this my mama. Yo, you cheat on my mama, I'ma tell. And what we doing? This my mama, bro. So I tell her. But when I tell her, I don't get the response that I think that I'm supposed to get, bro. I'm thinking that once I tell on this dude, we're going to be done dealing with him. That's not what happened. When I told on Bob to my mama, what that created was a distance between me and my mama. It got to a point where, because when I found out, I think I was still in school. But it didn't really hit the fan until I found out that Bob really didn't like me no more. He really wasn't messing with me no more. But so in 1996, I dropped out of school. I tried to go to open campus. That's a whole nother, I ain't gonna get off into that, but I tried to go to open campus and then realized that I still won't have enough hours to graduate on time. So then I was like, man, I called my Uncle Emory. I was like, man, I'm ready to work. And I stopped going to school and I started working. When I started working, I was coming home, like I'm getting up, you know, it's dark when I leave the house. Mind you, I'm 19 years old. So my uncle gave me a work truck and he started showing me how to, you know, really get paid off the roofing where I could have people working up under me, and as long as I got a certain square footage done, then I was allotted a certain amount of money. That kind of backfired because I tried to go through a road. That's a whole nother story, man. I'm working on my storytelling skills because sometimes I bitch off because it's all new to me and it's all relevant, but I got to categorize it the way it's supposed to be done. So one day I get home. Mind you, I'm not paying attention that Bob is strategically pitting me and my mother against each other. And I realized this one day when I get off work and all my clothes is in the hallway. All my clothes in the hallway, and my mama got like a new attitude. She on some, you got to get this together, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And my sister said something to me today that really made me just think about it. I was just like, man, this man was strategic. I was like, every time you cheat on somebody with a prostitute, your son come tell you and you side with him. And there's no disrespect to my mama. She tried and true. But this is my truth and I'm telling it so that I can heal and so that I can be in a different place. And so that my daughters can understand certain truths. So I come home one day and then all my stuff is sitting in the hallway, man. And I'm just like, bro, I've been working all day, man. I don't want to go through this. And at the time, me and my mama get into an argument. And then me and this dude get into an argument. But our argument is different. Because he on some threatening stuff. And at the end of the day, I'm Emory Brown nephew. I'm Henry Butler's son. I'm Diane's son. Hey man, so, you know, all this hoorahing and You jumping in my face talking about, oh, like, man, like, what you want to do then? And then what I didn't do, I didn't think about it. But when you roof, you cut shingles a lot. And you just need it. When you're working, man, you got a knife, you got boots. It's just certain things. You equipped. So without even thinking, I grabbed my knife. I got one of them hook knives. I grabbed my knife. He a New York dude. He was like, yeah, I've been waiting on this. So he go to the kitchen, bro, and he grab a kitchen knife. And we are in the hallway, bro. We in the hallway on Dover Castle. Was that Dover Castle? We in Hickory Hill Court. Hickory Hill Court. We're in the hallway, bro. And we literally trying to stab each other. Like, he chunking at me. I'm chunking at his fat ass. We trying to cut each other. So, luckily, nobody gets stabbed. In my mind, I'm like, my stabbing skills is up to par now. I'm sorry. My stabbing skills up to par now. I probably would have killed him. But neither one of us came out of there with a scrape. I think, now that I look at it, it really was a sucker move. Because you don't pull no knife out and don't bust a move with it. But when I say sucker move, like, we both should. You're as an adult. Never mind. Let me continue the story because I could break it down from a psychological perspective and make it make sense all type of different ways. But so when the smoke clears from that situation, bro, I get put out of my mama's house. And at the time, they take a restraining order out on me, bro. They took a restraining order out on me so I could not come within a certain distance of the house. So then I'm like, I'm from post to pillar, bro. I ain't had nowhere to live. Of course, my Aunt Doe, Kiwi Coda mama, she let me come live with them. I was still working. He was going to school, I was working. And they didn't really put no pressure on me, but keep in mind that around this time, my little brother Nicholas had got killed. Cause he got killed trying to cross the street over by the lodge on Shalifer. I think my dad and them was living in the terraces. And he was trying to cross the street to the hotel. Or maybe they were staying in the hotel and he was trying to cross the street to the terraces. I only say that because I have spent a large degree of my time living at the lodge on Shalifer and in the terraces and at the lodge on Buford and the Red Roof Inn on County Road. But that's a whole nother conversation. So I go stay with Doe. Around about this time, mind you, I'm still working with my Uncle Emory. And then my daddy gets some money. Because they got a settlement for when my brother got hit. But what I don't realize till down the line is that all his siblings were supposed to get some money. But because they signed power of attorney, we didn't get nothing. We didn't get nothing. But my daddy did have enough sense he bought 2 limousines, he bought a taxi, I think he bought another vehicle. And I could be wrong on all of this, mate. This is just my perception. So if you want to clarify, you want to clear it up, come on to Best Day of My Life and then we'll clarify and we'll, clear some things up. But my daddy came across a large sum of money, man, and he had limousines. I remember Freaknik 96, me, Mr. Red Eye, Moan, Key. Bro, we hopped in the limo. We was in the limousines. Freaknik 96, bro. We was in one of them anyway. So lo and behold, when my brother died and they get this money, mind you, I'm still working with my Uncle Emory. My auntie tricked my daddy. She tricked my dad out some money. This how this happened. So at the time they had HUD house. hood, I forget what it stands for, but you could be living somewhere, and mind you, she had to move to Stone Mountain when it was majority white people. So they got the hood house. She done finagled the paperwork and made my daddy think that he was buying the house. So lo and behold, I know what little information I know that this is not the Aretha house. This is a hood house, bro. And there's a certain amount of time you can stay here. But my dad having his money, she understanding that this nigga on drugs, his old lady on drugs, and it's just a matter of time for this money to depart. I guess she whip up some paperwork and trick him into thinking he done bought a house or he's in the process of buying a house. So the house that I get kicked out of my mama's house, restraining order, I go live with Doe. When I go live with Doe, they finna really go buy another house. They finna go buy another house, which they live in right now. She done finagled some paperwork and then tricked my dad into spending the money from my brother getting killed. So in Woodridge, receipts 4569 Birch Ridge. I was coming out of 4569. Maybe it's a tour a little better yet a homicide. But anyway, so my dad is smoking dope. His wife smoking dope. The little white lady that they got with him, she smoking dope. I remember being this, I'm doing a flashback because I remember I was on the 8th floor and I had got stabbed. Well, dude tried to stab me up because I wouldn't tell him he was having a fake suicide attempt. And I just used to be in the dorm quiet listening. They was like, bro, remember that Jay that was on Beaufort Highway in the limousine with all them white bitches smoking that dope? I was like, bro, they talking about my daddy. Now, come back. So now, the house that I found peace in, because whenever I went to Dodenham house, I've been going to Dodenham house and they were staying on County Road behind the Nancy's. But this was always my place of peace. I always had some up under the Christmas tree. We used to go out to eat. It was a civilized house for me. It was where I needed to be. And Doe always had my back when it came to, bro, I wanted a quarter-length leather jacket. My Uncle Bobby bought me this family. These my people. So they done finagled my daddy. So now my daddy done move over here. It's a different environment because my niggas that's in the hood, but they selling dope to these folk. And then I didn't realize, I was like, bro, this was when niggas in my hood really started trying to get to the bag. But I did not know that my homeboys was selling crack to my daddy. And then I just had a breakdown, bro. I had a breakdown because my daddy had sent me to go wash the limousines one day on Memorial Drive. There used to be a car wash over by Hooper Alexander. That's the school that we used to go to, Hooper Alexander. So I went and washed the white limousine. The white one or the black, I think it was the black limousine. By the time I had got back from Memorial Drive to Woodridge, bro, the car had pollen on it. So the car got pollen on it. And he was like, man, he just spazzed out on me, bro. He was just like, man, you just like the rest of these folks. You just trying to get my money. I was like, I showed him the receipt. I was like, Dad, I really watch these cars, bro. Like, I ain't trying to trick you, my nigga. I ain't, mind you, I'm in a place where I'm just like, bro, I ain't need my mama. I can't even commute. I can't even go to her house. Doe done left. Shit, all I got is my dad. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, I for real, in real life, bro, I went and washed this car, man. I swear to God, I went and washed this car, man. He was just like, nah, nigga, you like the rest of them. And then my daddy had this thing where he would just, his intimidation factor was so strong, bro. Like, he'll come through a house and slam shit, pow, and break shit up. And it would just scare everybody in the house. But I'm at the point now where I'm just like, bro, I challenge y'all. And then I got Meatball with me. I challenged him. He come through there slamming doors and stuff. And he just like, man, I'm trying to do all this stuff. I'm like, man, all that slamming them counters, all that, man, partner, man, you ain't talking about nothing. What's up? I said, I'm the one you mad at me. So, real talk, he grabbed the jack. And I slammed him out, folks. I slammed him out. When I slammed him out, me and Meatball just started kicking him, bro. We jumped on my daddy. So I was already the bad guy. And then there was just so much that was going on in the house. Because mind you, although he paid for a house or however that transaction went on, bro, wasn't no water on in the house. It was so people just using the bathroom. You got this white lady here who is younger than this attractive looking white lady. I don't know why she's here, but she's got a room. Her room is Antoinette's old room. So this house just went from a house full of people I respected and looked up to now it's a crack house, folks. This really is a crack house we living in Stone Mountain and Woodridge, bro. And I remember standing by the green thing, bro. I was out there with BJ and somebody else. And bro, that shit just hit me. I was like, bro, we just jumped on my daddy. And I say, these niggas around me is selling crack to this nigga, bro. Niggas is going to my dad's house getting off their whole bone. And bro, I just started like hyperventilating. I just broke down like a child, bro. I was like, man, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nobody, bro. And one thing I will say about Meatball had a nigga back, bro. Cause when I got into it with my daddy, I can't stay. Bro. I don't have nowhere to stay. I ain't have nowhere to stay. So Meatball knew that that his stepdad wasn't gonna let me stay at the house, bro. Meatball knew that that Will wasn't gonna let me sleep in his house. So, cause at this point, I ain't really on the pistol play. I'm just I'm still working. But with my uncle, what took place, bro, this is crazy, I gotta do a backdrop, but when me and Meatball, back in the day, bro, the park, Mosley, Maddox, and Grant Park used to be the place to be. Every time you were riding clean, you had your nice little outfit, bro, on Sunday, we in the park. So one day, Meatball had a baby blue Cadillac. But we coming down Glenwood. This nigga, I'm 17, he's 16, or 18 and 17, or however it went. He keep the weed in the glove compartment. Bro, I'm not even driving, bro. We get pulled over. When we get pulled over, they smell the weed. And they find the weed. When they find the weed, boy, he hit us with some old Denzel Washington training day. He say, you want to go home or you want to go to jail? But look at, but we want to go home. We want to go home. So he hit me with the ticket. Hit me for the ticket for the marijuana. I said, what? Oh, we got out. I ain't went to court. I ain't did nothing. What I don't know is my license is suspended. When my license gets suspended, I don't realize it until my Uncle Emerson put me in charge of 3 Hispanic dudes, and I'm on the job site by myself. Him and Jada he had that was just real. I can't think of his name. He a grown man. I ain't gonna say it. I just can't remember his name. But my uncle was starting to give me responsibility. You know what I mean? And we were by Capitol Homes, and when we was coming out, it was a roadblock. Bro, I ain't had no run-in with the police. I'm thinking I'm good. So we come through the roadblock, bro. I give him my driver's license. When I give him my driver's license, bro, truck get impounded. My license suspended for when me and Meatball got the ticket for the reefer. So I'm saying all that to say it limited what was going on. I'm in a situation where, bro, my uncle gave me a truck with a ladder and equipment, bro. He gave me an opportunity. He gave me an opportunity to man up. And I balked on it. You know what I mean? So so now I got a restraining order at my mama's house. I done beat my dad up. Brian had nowhere to go. So Meatball knew that Will wasn't gonna let me stay at the house, bro. Meatball had a Catalina at the time. Meat said, shit, bro, you could sleep in my car. And nigga brought me a blanket out there. Nigga brought me a pillow. Bro, that nigga bought 2 blankets and 2 pillows. Cause I slept in the back seat and Meatball slept in the front seat. And boy, while I was laying in that car, I was like, boy, I'm finna put this pistol to work, y'all. I'm finna put this pistol to work. And I put it to work. I put that pistol to work and I was just like, bro, I'll start staying at hotels. I started buying cars. I started shopping how I wanted to shop. I got a child on the way. All I got is this pistol, bro. I can't go back to neither one of these folk houses. Now, I'm going to get to the part too, but that lifestyle eventually led to me going to chain gang, bro. You can't keep robbing and thinking that it's going to be all right. That ain't how life works. That's my story, man. That's my truth. If I'm wrong, correct me on it, man. But my next couple of posts, bro, they're going to be personal. I've been talking to my therapist, and she was like, I've been looking at your stuff, man, and tell your truth. That's the only way that you're going to be able to deal with it. Tell your truth. I'm telling my truth.